All right, shalom to the hopeful elected nation of Israel. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Racha Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders that great millstone that rule well. And we are definitely coming to the end of this fucking thing. And by that, we're referencing the end of life as you so-called know it. All right? Which are these heathen-run empires that have been since the beginning, that have established their societies based off of fucking wickedness. Okay? And another component of this fucking life is being in this sin-prone flesh. Okay? And then we are in the culmination or the conclusion of those heathen-run empires, which is an Edomite power structure, the so-called white race. And with them being in power, the conditions on earth are fucking deplorable. See? People, the masses of the people are in complete fucking misery under the mismanagement of the so-called fucking white race. But this thing is going to an end, and one of the major indicators of that, one of the events in biblical prophecy that is near the end of that timeline is the withdrawing of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's also known as the famine of the word. It's all throughout the scriptures. It says, how many times do we hear when the sun, the moon, and the stars would be darkened or would withdraw themselves? That's what that's in reference to, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is this truth, the true and accurate breakdown of the scriptures, true interpretation of these prophecies, which is very exclusive, meaning the masses of the people that wield this book and say that they're preaching the gospel and all this, they're going the fuck off. Okay? There's essentially only one household, right, which is likened to an allotment of men that are interpreting the scriptures accurately. And that's, of course, the men at Great Millstone, from the apostles and elders on down. Despite how fucking tired you are of hearing that shit, it's the truth. Okay? But in accordance with biblical prophecy, we see legislation being passed to further come into the time that truth is going to be withdrawn. Okay? And it's a form of the Heavenly Father fucking cutting off that extension for repentance. Okay? It's really a sign of destruction when he does this. Despite what they think, how they make it seem like, this is like a punishment for them that are pushing the truth. No, it's more so a punishment for them that aren't taking heed to it. Okay? And here we have this literature in RT going into this. This thing has been escalating. It's been fucking progressing. This whole ban on free speech, ban on the Bible speech, ban on the scriptures, okay, has been cooking up for a fucking while. It says, Western censorship wrecking global press freedom. And what it's going to explain is that it's really an attempt to censor dissension, to prevent dissension, which is going against the regime, going against the power structure, which really the entire Bible is filled with dissension going against the current leadership. Right, Jeremiah 28:8. But it's almost fucking silly because they cap like they abide by these scriptures. Okay? And they're completely fucking full of shit. It says Western governments sanction the Russian broadcaster not because of disinformation, but to suppress dissenting voices. Okay? And not only are they banning, because where was this, in Canada and the fucking UK, they're banning street preaching, biblical speech. But this platform, RT, right? They've, not because they're pushing out misinformation, disinformation, but which is one and the fucking same. But because it goes against the American regime, okay? This is what this is talking about. Let's see. It says, more than that, a few years ago, it's like more than that, those Western governments coerced social media companies to ban us as well. So is it just fucking RT that Western governments have coerced social media companies to ban? No. Western governments have coerced social media to ban all dissenting voices. And that's why they have a media blackout on this truth. That's why they clip brothers' videos and brothers have to speak in fucking code, dance around subjects and shit, and be very like extremely like fucking pretty much walk on fucking eggshells with their speech because of this crackdown, okay, on so-called dissension. This is even more alarming. Let's see. Let's go. So it says, under the guise of fighting disinformation. So that was these sanctions that were put on RT, right? And never included accusations that the network was saying anything false. So it's not about them spitting lies, all right? It's just for, and that's what they said. They say, and that's what they did. That's fucking heavy. Primarily during COVID and to now, from the time of that pandemic, which was one of the purposes of that pandemic, scamdemic, was to suppress free speech that was in any form deemed to be in opposition to the government. Okay? But what did they call it? Brothers' videos and content that they put out. Medical misinformation. That it was fact-checked and determined to be false. Which, when it wasn't false. See this fork-tongued piece of shit? Esau, Edom. So this is really a deception operation. His whole fact-checking and his plight to suppress disinformation. All right. It says, there are no false facts we are saying. We are stating information that the Western governments do not like, and they have enough power to sanction us. Same fucking shit with this truth. Okay. Let's see. unilateral Western sanctions that are aimed at uncompromisingly sanitizing information space and limiting any manifestations of dissent. You see that? So you think it's just RT and these other so-called truthers that they're trying to fucking scrub, which is what it says, right? To sanitize the information space, meaning to so-called clean it up, because and can't you see that? Can't you understand why they would label this filth? Because it's fucking putting a stain on their empire. Okay, it's murking up the waters of their regime, right? It's like mire. There's a word for that, like to mire something. Let's see. Miry, muddying up, right? Muddying up his fucking reputation type shit, right? And this truth is a manifestation of dissent, according to him, and it is. But what is dissent? It's going against. The holding or expression of opinions at variance with those commonly or officially held, just to differ. All right? Let's see. Yep. The West, so the West is, they have total intolerance toward alternative viewpoints. See? Yep, and it says that oh, this is heavy. Despite them putting these sanctions and trying to shut RT up and these truthers and the men of the Lord, primarily, they're the main truthers, if you will. This is statistics here that they've been getting stronger than ever. Okay, RT and these other alternative news platforms. And then when you go into the men of the Lord, this truth has become stronger than ever because the elect is being sealed through it. Okay, it's not about numbers for us, subscribers and all that fucking shit, but it is about the sealing of the elect. Okay, so they can't fucking stop it. But look, this is indicator. This article is showing you that the West is ramping up their censorship campaigns, agendas. Okay. And we just quoted a few of them, right? Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right. Let's go into it. We'll do a quick fire of these precepts because you already know the fucking deal. All right. Let's see. Joel 3:15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. You know, this is multifold, but we're going to focus on the application that references that the truth is going to be removed. Okay? And that's what that is. The sun, the moon, and the stars is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So this is straight up prophetic. All right, what is that in Revelation as well? The 3rd chapter. Let's see. Sun, moon. Yeah, it's Revelation 8, Salakia. Revelation 8 at 12. And the 4th angel sounded, and the 3rd part of the sun was smitten, and the 3rd part of the moon, and the 3rd part of the stars, so as the 3rd part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a 3rd part of it, and the night likewise. And there you go. Darkness is likened unto something being hidden. You can't fucking see, because the truth is likened into a light. Right? It's even when people receive knowledge, when they obtain knowledge, it's called, another word for that is to be enlightened, right? So on the contrary, when truth is taken away, when knowledge is taken away, it's synonymous with something being darkened. Right? That's in 2nd Esdras. And as aforementioned, this is in many places throughout the scriptures. Let's go into this 2nd Esdras, the 5th chapter. And it's heavy in the Thomas Nelson, how it explains it. I might actually get my my sword out to show that. Yeah. How it's worded in there. Well, we'll read it right here. KJV 16:11. It says, let's see. Salakia. Wow, this is actually in multiple scriptures in this. So let me grab this in the Thomas Nelson, 2nd Esdras 5. Okay. It says, yep. But of the signs know this, behold, they shall come in which those who dwell on earth, laden with great wealth, will be deeply stirred. Okay, that's bugged out. Not that laden with great wealth. And that's the elites, if you will, but really everyone on the planet. Right? It says, they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Okay? The way of truth shall be hidden. That fucking tells you plainly. Okay? Let's drop down. Let's see. Down in verse 8. Okay. There shall be a confusion also in many places. Okay. And that kind of shows you as well that, because with the lack of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is confusion. Okay. Jump down in verse 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet. So with regular drinking water, which is likened unto this truth, there's going to be salt water, which is like corrupted truth, which is lies, which is falsities. Okay, that's more reference to this truth being withdrawn. Okay, and check it out in the Thomas Nelson. It says, and all strangers shall make war against themselves. Okay. And all friends shall destroy one another. In the 1611, it says, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. See? And here it is in Thomas Nelson. Then shall reason hide itself, and wisdom withdraw into her chamber. Okay, there you go. It's literally wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and inconstancy be multiplied upon earth. So this is a setup from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay. Let's try to grab these other scriptures fairly quickly, Lord will. And you already know the deal about Amos 8 and 11. Okay. So actually, let's just go ahead and close out with this in Isaiah 24. Because with that, what are people going to be doing? They're going to be looking for this truth. Like it says in that Amos 8, they're going to be going to and fro for it. And now we might as well see how it's written so we can quote it verbatim. In 12, right? They shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of Yahweh and shall not find it. See? Because when it's gone, then they're going to want it. Isaiah 24. Let's see. Where's that at? Yep. Going straight to the point. Verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And of course, they're going to want literal wine, but the main wine that they're going to be crying for is for this truth. Okay, this is all prophetic. Okay, this is major prophecy that legislation is being formulated for.